Hi, I'm Andy. Welcome to Polar Bricks and another video from our vintage vault. While I get this lot laid out ready to build, you can listen to some cheesy music and our intro, and maybe hit like on the video below. Cheers. Okay, we're ready to go. So what we've got for you is a lot of black and yellow Lego, which can only mean one thing, and that's Lego construction sets. So these are all classic sets from the 80s and one from the 90s. We've got, this one is from 1984, 1989 and 1992. So we're going to build them in age order, oldest first. This one in the middle we've got is set 6686 Backhoe, and we've got 79 parts. So let's get cracking, and I'll talk to you about it while we build it. So hopefully I've got my tablet off to the side here, so let's bring that in where I can see it, and hopefully we won't go too far wrong. Famous last words, obviously. Right, so backhoe is a term I wasn't really familiar with, but is for a digger with, I believe, two front and a back scoop, so a smaller and a bigger scoop. So a bit like a JCB type thing. Hang on while I concentrate to get these hinges the right way round. There we are, and that one there. So yeah, this one, like I said, 1984, 79 parts, from the classic town range construction. Let's get a little bit of this on here, a few plates to make up the base. Oh, our first bit of yellow, there we are. Up there. How many have I got? There we go, that one there. Flat, some tiles at the back holding it together. Yeah, so these are three fairly similar sets, particularly the later one is pretty much a reissue of this set, but slightly rearranged. So we'll see that when we've got them together to compare. Just popping this all together. So there we go, we've got sort of the base mostly there. Our steering wheel going in next, and also build of two pieces. I missed something. I think I've missed something. Yep, I'm supposed to put these on first. Getting ahead of myself. No surprise. Usually get these things slightly wrong first go. And here we are. There's that one there. Right, all the way up to step 6 so far. Some lights on the front, yellow headlights, and a plate on the top there. A couple of inverted slopes to give some shape. What have I missed? Yeah, got a couple of these pieces are a little bit chewed up and showing their age, but this is I'm not sure whether this is a set. I think this one was a set I picked up on eBay, but it's probably really easy to part together, to be fair, because there's no real specialist parts in here, as we will see as we go through. got our bigger built, and then he's got a load of these 1x2s that you can put in the bucket at the front, which is representing the rubble that he's clearing. And we obviously need our minifigure building, so we've got someone to operate it, and there he is there. So that's our first build, 6686 Backhoe. We'll move on to our second build. This one's a bit smaller, only 26 parts in this one. This one's from 1989 and it's called the Mini Dumper. So I better go and find some instructions, which I've got hopefully open on another tab. Just being slow. So yeah, this one a bit later on, tiny build, hopefully won't take us too long. If the instructions will load, here we are. We've got to assemble our hinges. So that one goes like that, and that one goes the same. Yeah, there we are. Put them on the front end of our base plate. Got another little one at the side there, another little one there. Right. Hopefully, with this being only 26 parts, I can't get this one wrong, can I? Bound to go wrong now, aren't I? Would be lovely if my instructions would go to the second page. There we are. That's why working from the digital instructions is always a pain. Much prefer having a printed set of instructions, but this is one I think we parted together when we found the mini dumper piece in a haul that came with a job lot of other stuff that we bought. This one is interesting because it's got what I would call wheels that were used on space sets, these sort of rounded corner ones. Don't know if they still make these ones, but they just connect onto these axle pieces. Don't seem very rigid. But there we go, that's that one. And we've just got a steering wheel to put on, a switch, lever, gear stick type thing or something, a seat for our operator, and then we've got these studs that just make the hubcaps inside the wheels there, which is a strange little piece of construction as well. Inside these balloon wheels, like that. What have I missed? I feel like I've missed something. Yeah, I have. That's supposed to go up because I've got a piece of black left that goes under there. So look at that, 26 pieces, and I still managed to get it wrong. I think that's my signature move. And put the dumper on the back. So there's our very cute little dumper there. And we'll just build our operator. There he is in his little red hard hat and blue dungarees. Pop him in his seat, shall we? There. So that's two of our builds. Like I said, wouldn't take very long, that one, because it's only small. And now just try and get the instructions for our last set to load, which is a much later set. It's from 1992. Still qualifies for our vintage vault. We set out the vintage vault. We've done about 6 or 7 videos now, and originally it was going to be any retired set. We have changed the rules a little bit now, so realistically we felt that anything that was newer than 2000 was probably not really vintage, and we would feature them more in the build and review videos, which you'll also see on the channel. And nearly got this to load. And so anything that's older than the year 2000, going right back to sort of 50s or 60s if we've got them. We've got a couple of sets from the 60s to build, I think. We might grab a few really old ones to share with you in the near future. But we've got an awful lot of 80s like this, and a bit of 90s. And I've got my instructions to load, so I can stop filling now. But yeah, so anything that's older than 2000, and we call it part of our vintage vault. And like I say, most of my sets from my childhood are all from the 80s really. So I've still got all of those, and we've added a lot to our collection over the last year. So we've got a lot of sets still to build and show you. So if you like these types of sets, you can subscribe to our channel, because there'll always be a Vintage Vault set popping up on the build. And there is in fact actually a complete playlist of the Vintage Vault videos, so you can watch just those if you want to as well. You'll find that in the channel page. Other than these types of videos, we've got quite a lot of modern and recently retired sets that we've been building on the channel, so do make sure you go and check those out. In the near future, we hope to feature some of these sets in a sort of bigger city layout, where we can give you a bit of a city build, and we can show some more mock building, my own creation, where we just make non-official sets that are our own creations. And we'll be moving into that fairly soon, because we're sorting out some space that we can use to build a city that's permanently set up, which will be good fun. So hopefully we'll be sharing that with you soon as well. So that's a bit of a preview of what you might find on the channel in the near future. So how are we getting on with this set? We've got most of the base there. Got the makings of an arm assembly at the back going on. Okay, small problem with the camera there, so you've missed a couple of steps. So I'll just give you a bit of a closer view. We're working on the bottom of this one. Just got the wheel axle going in, and just make sure I haven't missed anything out. I think that's about where I need to go. So turn that around to push those up. So yeah, what else can I tell you about? With the channel, we've obviously been posting videos since about February. Hopefully you've seen a few of those. If you haven't and you're new to the channel, nip back and have a look. There's, I think, like I said, there's about 5 or 6, 7 or so Vintage Vault videos, which are all sets similar to this being built. We've got some build and review videos on some more recent things, like the Winnie the Pooh set was one that we built recently. There was a Scooby-Doo retired set we built. Things like that. So we've got those going on at the moment. Worth checking out. Have a good look at each of those sets as we build them. We also are quite active. We're posting build photos every day on Instagram. So if you're into a bit of Instagram, then you can find the link for our channel in the description for this video. So you can pop over and follow us there and see what we're up to every day there. That includes things like all sorts of different sets, from little polybag sets up to sort of bigger bits and pieces like the 3-in-1 creator sets. Trying to do all the alternatives of those. We've got a few of those that we're building. Things like that go on the Instagram rather than making videos for them. So follow us there, or if you prefer, those photos also get posted across on our Facebook page, which you'll find the link also in the description below. So we'd really appreciate a follow on either of those platforms. What have I got to do here? Got to assemble this arm. Okay, and then we've got the bucket on the end. Right, so there we go, there's our little arm. So there's our vehicle, and we've just got a little side build. I think I might have a piece missing actually, because I'm supposed to have one of these as well. Okay, so that goes on there, move that out of the way. Got that piece left over as well, which is worrying where that goes. We'll ignore that. What have we got? Maybe I've missed something off. We've got a little chimney goes on the front there, and we've got a light that goes on back there. Got our minifig to build. There we go. It's a little red pair of overalls this time. And he's got a broom and a shovel. Let's have a closer look round our little builds, starting off with the smallest of them all, the mini dumper. Which, like I said, was only 26 parts, so we've got a very cute, sweet little, if a dumper truck can be sweet, set here. Just as a tiny tipper at the front that is on a hinge. Got a very simple cab with a switch lever and a steering wheel and a nice red seat, which we can put our minifig in. Our minifig is one of the blue overall sort of classic figures. The vintage head, because they're all the same at the same time, and the construction helmet, which is still used today on characters like Emmett from the Lego movie. So we'll pop him in there, and he can drive off over this way. Next, let's have a look at the Backhoe from 1984, 6686. This has got a little road sign barrier and a pair of directional road warning road signs there. There's all of our rubble that comes with this one, which is just 1x1 black bricks. And then at this end we've got the earth mover bucket that you can lever up and down using these two little pegs at the back here. And then at the back we've got two levers that we can put downwards to lift the wheels off the ground so that it's got stability for digging holes with the smaller of the two digging arms. We can open the roof up and take our minifig out. Have a little look at him. Let's pop him down the front there. And he is the classic workman printed top. He's got a blue helmet that's the same mould as the red one in the other set, and just blue legs and the standard printed head. So pop him back in his seat so he can go and do some digging somewhere. So let's have a look at the second Backhoe digger, the one from 1992. It's very similar, as we'll see in a minute. It does have the same road signs, no barrier this time, and the blue one, when I built it a minute ago, was missing, but I've just been in our parts collection and found that we actually had a spare one, so I've added it to the set. So the set's now more complete than when we started. And he does come with a broom and a shovel as well, which I love these because they are parts that obviously are from the 80s and into the 90s, but they're still parts that you get now. Exactly the same mould being used by Lego, maybe a slightly different brown colour and a slightly different grey colour, but you still get the same parts, and that's what I love about Lego, is the familiarity of things that were in sets when I was a kid are still in sets these days. But yeah, so let's have a proper look across him. So he's got the earth mover larger bucket this end, which is much the same as the other one. You can just use the levers to lift it up and down. And then at the back we've got the two stabilising legs that you can flip down so that the wheels are off the ground, and then you've got your digger scoop at the back there that you can do lots of digging of holes with. And we can take the roof, hinge the roof open like that, take our minifig out and pop him at the front, and you can see that we've got a red version of the printed overalls on this one, and the red hat and standard printed face. So we'll pop him back in and we'll have a look at the two of them together. So let's just bring these in next to each other and really see how similar in size they are. So yeah, the new one is slightly larger, bigger wheels, and looks a bit smarter build actually. The old one, bring that onto the front now, is just a little bit more simplistic in its construction, and not quite as bright a colour because it's got a little less yellow. But they're both very nice builds, and bring the dumper in as well, and yeah, make a very nice little construction site. There's our three construction sets, our two backhoes and our mini dumper. We had a good look round them all, seen that these two are pretty similar. So if you've enjoyed watching this video, please do give us a like below because it really helps the channel out. Leave us a comment, let us know if you've got these sets or you remember having these sets as a kid. We'd really like to hear from you. If you want to see more content like this, then do hit subscribe if you haven't already, ring the bell and you'll get a notification when we upload. And we'll be back again real soon. So bye for now.